Hi, and welcome to week 10, where we're going to be focusing on scaffolding listening for L's. This week, you're going to be doing some reading from your texts, and then you're also going to be looking at a sample lesson plan that scaffolds listening and reading through good use of resources and methodologies. So you're going to complete this week's assignment forum in a Padlet, and you're going to respond to two of your peers. You can choose high school or elementary school based on your preference. I just want to show you the Padlet assignment. So this is the one for elementary, and your lesson plan is linked there. And this is a grade 1 lesson titled The Way I Feel. So you would read through the lesson, answer these questions. To answer the questions, I've created these columns. You can place your response in any of the columns, and you could do so by just hitting plus. You would put your title, your name at the top. So Susan Summers, question 1, I believe, so on. You could type it directly into Padlet like that. Another option, though, is I wanted to show you, you can upload a file if you prefer to type out your responses in a Microsoft document, for example. You could do that and then just upload them. Or another cool feature on Padlet is you have all these different options. This does require an add-on. It'll prompt you, do you want to download this add-on. But anyway, you can choose to film yourself. You can choose to do a voice recording. You can choose to record your screen like I'm doing now. So you would just click one of these, and then it's pretty cool, actually. I could just record my answers. For number 1, I believe that these videos were on grade level, and so on. I would just save it, and then it's going to upload right onto there. Then once I've posted my response, you can choose 2 of your peers to comment on. You can also give them a rating. So 5 stars, well done. And then you can respond. I can respond here. If you prefer to speak your response, you might just say response Sue from Karina. And here I'm going to now speak my response and upload it like I just did. Okay, so this is for elementary. There's a separate Padlet for high school. It's the same thing, just with a different lesson plan. The high school lesson plan is for grades 11 to 12. It's a humanities lesson on the Vietnam War. They use some pretty cool resources, really creative lesson ideas in this lesson plan. I thought these lesson plans were also great examples of all the different components of how to complete a lesson plan. And so that's your assignment for the week. Okay, going back to your slides, I just wanted to show you around. So you'll watch this introductory video. And then I also included a video on how to use film in the ELL classroom. And I just wanted to briefly note that the major takeaway from the text readings is this idea that connects with last week's ideas of reading, where we want to build bridges over the barriers. So L's face barriers due to language, and so we as teachers need to plan before, during, and after activities, scaffolds, graphic organizers, to help them get over those barriers. And I liked this visual. This was from Nancy Cloud. And it really just shows how all this language that we're practicing, and students are receiving language when they're listening and reading, and they're talking with their peers. They're taking all of that receptive language, and our goal is to have them then produce those ideas in writing. And that is often how I plan my units. I layer language, layer up to writing, because as we've learned in this course, writing is the most challenging part of language for L's. And so if we do a good job of layering that language, L's are going to have so much more access to the words when they're tasked with writing. I also just wanted to show you this quick sample of how a viewing activity might look. Again, this was from Nancy Cloud, but I liked it for two reasons. One, I think this is a great during viewing activity. And I really liked that she put vocabulary. So that way elves have that up on the board to access as they're listening. Then I just quickly wanted to show you two of my favorite listening websites. So I've listed a bunch here, and these are just my favorite. There's so much out there now for educational purposes out there on the internet, but these are ones that I truly have used every year and that I really like. So I wanted to first show you Flocabulary. This does require a subscription. If your school does not have a subscription, you might suggest one because I think it's really fantastic and there's so much on here and it really engages learners. I personally use it for vocabulary, but you could see there's language arts, math, science, social studies, life skills, current events. There's a lot to do. They have the week in wrap where they rap about the current events of the week. It's pretty cool. But why I like this site so much is because there's, again, lots of layering of language. They have these rap videos that teaches the students this list of grade level vocabulary. So this is grade 7, which I use for my 9th grade intermediate L's. And then they have this rap video that teaches them the words. And then they have a whole packet that accompanies this word list. And so it makes your life so easy as a teacher. You can, I do probably a new packet every other week. And so it's work they can do at home. We check, maybe it takes 5 minutes in class. We review our words. It's a great, easy way to increase their vocabulary. So that's Flocabulary. And then I also wanted to show you Nearpod. Nearpod, who actually makes Flocabulary as well, is amazing. And it's a resource I found this year. And it's been so helpful because they have these great lessons where everything's already done for you. So this was a lesson I had done with 8th graders on the American Dream. They were learning about the Constitution and social studies. And so this was a good supplementary lesson for them. But you'll notice in this Nearpod lesson, they actually incorporate a lot of the methodologies that we've talked about this year and the before, during, and after listening that we're looking at this week in particular. So it starts with an essential question, learning objectives. They have the 5 E's, which is amazing. And then it's connected also to Newsella. So we read a news article on the American Dream, and then we watched a video. So the before viewing was reading an article. Then we spoke about our prior knowledge, tapping into prior knowledge. And then we watched this video. You could see that these questions were posed as you watch during listening. Think about these questions. And then post-listening, they also have vocabulary in here. So these are all words that the students saw in the news article in particular, already done for you. Then they have a game that you can play and you match the word with the right response. And then they have more activities. I liked this, the Think, Pair, Share. This is a great example of differentiation, mild, medium, and spicy for your lower level learner, your medium, and your higher level learner. I thought that was a really cool idea. I'd never heard that mild, medium, and spicy before. And then they lead up to a writing piece, 10 minutes to talk about the American Dream, the open-ended question. And so it's Nearpod's amazing. They have so many resources. So if you go to the Nearpod library, you can click on your grade level and what you want to be focusing on, and then look at all these resources that they have. And they have lots of videos. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. So you can explore. And I also wanted to show you, you'll notice They're linked to like the Calm app. And they're linked to some other outside resources. So I think it's just really engaging for students because there's just so much here. So again, like BBC, Khan Academy. So yeah, and this is all free. I don't have a subscription. So what you see here is accessible to you as well. So I wanted to share that. Next, you will see my video on how to use film in language learning.